Breaking news and welcome back to the last part of this just in's WWE 2k24 Universe Mode NXT Stand and Deliver Sunday Part 3. And we have a combination of triple threat matches to conclude the evening. The first one featuring three of the greatest Universe Mode performers that we have ever seen here. And it is great to see these three competing against one another. First, we're seeing one of the most successful champions here in Universe Mode, Pete Dunne, coming down to the ring. Pete Dunne, in his own right, a former world champion holding the Raw World Heavyweight Championship, what is now known as the Raw World Heavyweight Championship, for 37 days when he beat Aleister Black back in 2K19 Universe Mode. In combination with that, he was also a former two-time Triple Crown champion on that brand, holding that belt for 30 days, losing it to Seth Rollins, and then picking it back up for 385 days. Again, one of the most successful champions here in Universe Mode. Following that, he would also be a tag team champion with Tyler Bate here in Universe Mode in PWG, where they would be tag teamed up as British Strong Style. Great success. They were all able to hold those tag team championships for 189 days before losing it to Top Flight about a month ago.
Oh yeah, I am pumped for this guy.
And next, coming out to the ring, yet another one of the most successful champions here in Universe Mode, spending a majority of this year wrestling for NXT, but really not in a whole lot of action as a part of the NXT brand, kind of taking a downer or an off year, some would say. But a man who, at the time, it was the Intercontinental Championship. He was the Intercontinental Champion after defeating Daniel Bryan a few years back, eventually losing that championship after a month to Will Ospreay. But Adam Cole, again, a very successful competitor here in Universe Mode, many times challenging for big championship matches. Adam Cole also entering the Royal Rumble, the NXT Roadblock Rumble at number 10. Pete Dunne followed him up at number 12 by entering the match. And then the next competitor that we're going to see coming out here, the third person in this match, the 21st entrant in that matchup, Adam Cole, baby, enters the arena. Adam Cole mostly finding success actually here in Universe Mode in tag team competition, as he was one half of the Undisputed Era tag team, the Undisputed Era, and then eventually the Undisputed Elite, part of him and Kyle O'Reilly's tag team that held the championships for 358 days as part of the AEW brand. The first AEW tag team champions in Universe Mode was Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. And next, another man who knows nothing but championship success here in Universe Mode, that being Finn Balor, a member of the Judgement Day who we saw at the end of Part 2 lose their tag team championships. So you got to think Finn Balor, I mean, it's a mixed bag really for the Judgment Day this weekend. First off, in the ladder match yesterday, JD McDonough picking up the NXT X Division Championship in a 8-man ladder match. But then earlier on this evening, the Judgment Day losing those tag team championships in a ladder match as well. Finn Balor, however, the second man to ever hold what is currently the lineage of the AEW World Championship. At the time, it was the SmackDown World Championship when he held it. The second man to hold that belt after defeating Kevin Owens in Universe Mode. Finn Balor also a lengthy reign as the United Kingdom Champion, a title that we saw on the line earlier tonight. Pete Dunne also, I forgot to mention earlier, a former Openweight champion. At the time, it was named the Ring of Honor World Champion as part of the AEW brand, and then eventually that was the lineage of the AEW International Championship, currently held by Drew McIntyre here in Universe Mode. Finn Balor, though, a 258-day reign as the United Kingdom champion after he beat Malachi Black last year. I believe it was at Stand and Deliver too, where Finn Balor became the double champion, or excuse me, the United Kingdom champion when he unleashed the demon on Malachi Black. Now these three squaring off, three of the, like I said, the pillars, the cornerstones of NXT. I guess they wouldn't be cornerstones if there's only three of them, perhaps triangular stones. Now bridging German suplex from Finn Balor there. Irish Whip rebound brings Adam Cole back in for the knee to the midsection. Now Pete Dunne with a series of strikes here on Finn Balor, but it's countered by Balor, who's going to look to bring Dunne into the corner now, into the turnbuckle post. Adam Cole, however, gaining the advantage, bringing Finn Balor across the ring. And Finn Balor, a part of the Judgement Day throughout the course of this year, a team who has seen great success here as a part of the NXT brand. And Finn Balor going to want to continue that momentum here tonight. And whoever walks away from this match could really name themselves the greatest of the three when it comes to championship success here in Universe Mode. Again, all of which holding various championships. I think Pete Dunne has held 5 different championships here in Universe Mode of a different variety. On the outside now, Adam Cole going to look to introduce a weapon, whereas Pete Dunne on the inside has a kendo stick. Now Finn Balor returning to the inside, going to look for a series of chops on Dunne, but it's countered. I wouldn't say any of these men, pendulum backbreaker there from Pete Dunne. I wouldn't say any of these men really have gained a substantial advantage over the others so far in this contest, but now Pete Dunne looking to change things. Grounded strike to the midsection, followed up with a roundhouse kick to the head, and following it up with a kendo stick shot to Adam Cole, but Adam Cole answering back with a strike to the midsection, rolling out of it now. Finn Balor, however, introducing a ladder now into the ring. Pinfall attempt here from Adam Cole, and no, only a 2 count. Dropkick from Finn Balor. However, it's Pete Dunne who takes the advantage with that half and half suplex. Now Dunne going to look for the snap suplex that lands Adam Cole directly on that folded up ladder in the middle of the ring. Now Pete Dunne going to follow it up with a X-plex to Finn Balor, entirely landing on that ladder. The referee checking that the shoulders were down, I suppose, on top of the ladder. But a very unorthodox pinfall attempt from Pete Dunne. X-plexing Finn Balor and releasing him on top of that ladder. Now a bicycle kick from Adam Cole takes out Finn Balor. Adam Cole looking to strike with that kendo stick now on Finn. Series of strikes with that kendo stick. 2 former members of and leaders of the Bullet Club, Adam Cole and Finn Balor here tonight, going back and forth. Now a back suplex attempt from Adam Cole there, countered by Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne with a grounded strike, kick to the head. Balor ducks out of the way of that now. Snap suplex looking to return the favor from earlier, where Pete Dunne landed him with that suplex on the ladder. Grounded kick again attempted by Pete Dunne, countered by Finn Balor, but still receives a German suplex. Now it's Pete Dunne with a Regal plex to Adam Cole, but another near fall. None of these men nearing elimination yet in this contest. Tornado DDT from Pete Dunne takes Adam Cole out of the corner. Drills him into the canvas. And now a steel chair being introduced. Bicycle kick from Pete Dunne to Adam Cole. Gets a receipt from earlier. Now strike to the midsection, followed with a stomp to the back of the head from Pete Dunne to Finn Balor. Strikes with the ladder here from Adam Cole. A back suplex attempted, but rolls out of it. Does Finn Balor. Able to escape. Rebounding him off of the ropes, and a huge arm drag there from Finn Balor. Follows it up with an elbow drop. Now we see Pete Dunne launching a trash can from the outside in. Almost knocking out these two men in the process. Interfering with whatever kind of scuffle was going on between them two. Now Dunne gonna look to follow it up. Butterfly suplex to Finn Balor. You can see him favoring the back that landed on top of the ladder. Balor, though, quickly back up to his feet here and follows it up with a code breaker. Perhaps not the smartest maneuver to be hitting on top of a ladder at a time like this. Adam Cole, however, dropping Finn Balor back first into the buckle and then tossing him into the trash can that was positioned in the middle of the ring. Now Dunne gets Balor back up to his feet. Powerbomb and a sit-out powerbomb onto the ladder. Cole looked to follow it up with that trash can shot, but fortunately for Balor, he was able to escape out of the way. That would have been an absolutely devastating combination from the two had Balor not been able to escape. But now Balor looking to implement for the first time in this match a barbed wire baseball bat that was introduced. Pinfall attempt here now from Balor. These three going to look to go all out here tonight. An impressive win here tonight will go a long way in solidifying that competitor as one of the best in Universe Mode history, one of the best champions in Universe Mode that we've ever seen.
I'm just surprised that this triple threat match is still going on, Cole. I bet Saxton this would have been over by now.
Series of elbow strikes there from Finn Balor to escape out of it. Back suplex there from Pete Dunne. Drives him into the canvas on his head.
Balor not backing down one bit. Butch was waiting for it. Looking worse for wear in the corner now.
Now Pete Dunne in the corner with holding Adam Cole. Now receives a trash can shot to the head. Balor, meanwhile, choking out Adam Cole in the corner. Forearm smash, turns around Finn Balor into the bitter end. Pinfall attempt here now. 1, 2, and a near fall again. Gets Pete Dunne. He gets a near fall off of that pinfall attempt.
I can see it in the eyes from here. Disbelief. Unbelievable how this one is still going on.
Running into Balor, who's trapped in the corner with a running overhand chop to the chest. Follows it up with a sidewinder suplex.
He wants even more out of his opponent.
He's trying to
Now sending Balor face first into the turnbuckle pad. Going all the way, following him up to the top rope. Balor, however, thinking better of it. Connecting with shots that escape himself out of the situation. And dropping down to the inside of the ring. Adam Cole looking to capitalize with a pinfall attempt there on Pete Dunne. Following that exchange, so like I said, look to capitalize on the offense that Balor had already obtained. Kendo shot to the midsection there from Adam Cole. Now Cole returning to the outside. Back to the inside, surprisingly, with the kendo stick, but throwing it. Now electing to utilize the barbed wire bat rather than the kendo stick to damage Finn Balor even further. However, it's Pete Dunne who returns to the inside. X-Plex to Adam Cole on top of the barbed wire bat. Pinfall attempt here, and a near fall again. Pete Dunne yet again nailing the near fall. Huge X-Plex for the second time in this match at least. Dropping his opponent with the X-Plex on top of a weapon. The first time to Balor on top of the ladder, and this time to Adam Cole. Now Cole gets dished to the outside with a huge clothesline from Pete Dunne. Sends him careening. And now in the corner, Pete Dunne Sends Finn Balor into the turnbuckle post. Runs in and a face wash boot. But turns around into Adam Cole, who now hoists Pete Dunne up for the pendulum drop brainbuster across the kneecap. Pinfall attempt with Pete Dunne getting the shoulder up. Adam Cole pissed off, but gonna have to go continue the momentum and look to gain the advantage here on Finn Balor, who he sends face first into that trash can. The base of the trash can position. Pinfall attempt here. And Adam Cole. Now Pete Dunne returning to the inside of the ring. Gonna look to turn Adam Cole around for the bitter end there. Disrupting Adam Cole during the pinfall attempt on Finn Balor gave Pete Dunne the advantage to be able to hit his finisher and a near fall. But Adam Cole kicking out. Bridging German suplex here from Pete Dunne to Finn Balor. Near fall there as well. Now a fireman's carry here from Adam Cole. Gonna look to drop Pete Dunne directly across the top rope. Throat first, hot shot. Now Finn Balor in the corner, following up with Adam Cole. Raking the eyes, it seems, but no disqualification in a triple threats match. Seated in the corner and follows it up with a huge trash can shot, does Finn Balor. Now on the inside, brainbuster from Finn Balor to Pete Dunne. I think he might have wound up on the barbed wire baseball bat additionally. Diving axe handle off the second rope to follow it up on the bruiserweight. But now turning around, Finn Balor being caught by Adam Cole by surprise. Last shot to the back of the head. Dropping the boom and going for the pinfall attempt here. 2 and 3. Adam Cole successfully eliminating Finn Balor from this match off of his finisher. Now we see Pete Dunne with the brass knucks in the pocket, perhaps. Slipping the brass knucks back away. But to his credit for Pete Dunne, there is no disqualification again in this matchup, so he is more than welcome and has the liberty to do so. Now going to look to follow Adam Cole up to the top rope here is Pete Dunne rather. Tremendous butterfly suplex all the way from the top. Now Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight, taunting on the inside. Calling Adam Cole back up to his feet now from the inside of the ring. And gets a running start. Gonna look to hit a tope suicida. Waiting for Adam Cole to turn around the corner and catches him on the side of the ring rather than at the entrance ramp. Cole thought he could escape by walking it off, but to his surprise, Pete Dunne able to redirect and nail that tope suicida. Now sending Adam Cole repeatedly into that barricade. Suplex, snap suplex there. Again, across the eyes. Goes the boot of Pete Dunne. Kendo stick attempted shot there. That time it succeeded on Adam Cole. Series of kendo stick shots, enough that he breaks the kendo stick across the face of Adam Cole, now trapping the arms behind the head. Series of elbow strikes now to the back of the head. Unreal aggression from Pete Dunne. Now looking to bring the action back to the inside of the ring is Dunne. With Cole in position. Kick to the midsection. Follows it up with a X-Plex, and on the way down, Cole's foot landing on that barbed wire bat yet again. Gets back up to his feet, looked to come in for a running start was Adam Cole, but catches that big boot. Bicycle kick from Pete Dunne, who now gets the advantage, knocks down Cole and stomps into the midsection here. Taking Cole back up to his feet. Forearm smash to the face, looks to lock him up for another bitter end. This time landing him directly on the chair, turning him over onto the barbed wire bat, and Pete Dunne securing the victory here tonight. Again, one of the most successful champions in Universe Mode, and solidifying that with a tremendous victory over two also of the best competitors that we've seen here in Universe Mode of all time. So a tremendous win here for Pete Dunne over these adversaries. Will shoot him up in the ranks of potential championship opportunities, coming off of a NXT Tag Team Championship, or excuse me, PWG Tag Team Championship reign. Pete Dunne perhaps looking to re-enter singles competition here in Universe Mode. But now we move on to the main event of Stand and Deliver, Deliver Sunday. It has been delivering on the matchup so far, but here we see the main event for the NXT World Championship.
And here he comes.
Featuring three of NXT's most domineering stars. First off, introducing to the ring, we see Powerhouse Hobbs, a man who also similar to Kyle Fletcher, debuted in the NXT Roadblock Rumble, and similarly also to Josh Alexander, two other men who we saw have great success this weekend. Powerhouse Hobbs making his appearance there, and in doing so, solidifying his spot as one of the top contenders here in Universe Mode. He had eliminated Bryan Danielson after Danielson had endured a majority of that contest, but Powerhouse Hobbs being the one to gain the momentum by eliminating Danielson. Of course, it was Kyle Fletcher who would go on to eliminate Powerhouse Hobbs after the fact, but Powerhouse Hobbs getting his redemption a month later when he was in a singles match against Bryan Danielson for the opportunity here tonight to challenge for the NXT World Championship in this triple threat. The match was deemed by William Regal necessary that not only would Joe Hendry, the winner of the Royal Rumble, be challenging for the NXT Championship, but an additional competitor needed to be selected for this occasion, and in doing so solidified this match as a triple threat between the champion and two challengers now. Powerhouse Hobbs earning his spot in this matchup with that victory over Bryan Danielson back at NXT No Mercy. That was part number 34 here of 2K24's Universe Mode. And Powerhouse Hobbs, with only 2 matches to his name here in Universe Mode, already finds himself at the capabilities of being the NXT World Champion, given a good run tonight. But now we see coming out to the ring one of the most popular stars here in NXT, a fan favorite amongst some, but also some resenting the fact that this man won the Royal Rumble this year. The NXT Rumble victor, that being Joe Hendry. Say his name and he shall appear, and here he is. Joe Hendry last eliminating Kyle Fletcher from that NXT Rumble match, entering at number 30, so no surprise really in the fact that he won. But Powerhouse Hobbs, a man who came ever so close to that opportunity. It's great to see that he got a second chance here to fight for that title, but Joe Hendry really going to need to bring his A game here tonight, considering the tough competition that he's in the ring with. Again, as all multi-man matches here in Universe Mode, typically they are held under elimination rules, so we will have a definitive winner here tonight amongst these three.
The ring general has arrived.
And lastly, entering the ring, the most dominating NXT champion in Universe Mode history, ever since defeating Jeff Cobb way back at NXT UK TakeOver in WWE 2K22. Gunther has reigned as the NXT champion for 525 days. And in doing so has controlled everything about this brand. He has defeated, last year he defeated the NXT Rumble winner, that being Daniel Garcia, with General Manager William Regal deeming it necessary that at some point someone must defeat Gunther if they're going to want to claim the NXT Championship. Fortunately for Gunther, tonight he goes into this matchup against two very formidable foes, the Royal Rumble winner and a man who had to fight Bryan Danielson in order to obtain his opportunity in this matchup. But after 525 days as the champion, Gunther not afraid of any challenge that comes his way, you would think. Gunther far and away the longest reigning NXT champion in Universe mode, holding that since 2K22 season. As mentioned last year at Stand and Deliver, defeating Daniel Garcia, who was the Royal Rumble winner at the time, to go on to hold that championship throughout the year. A series of successful title defenses against really formidable foes. Gunther now going directly after Joe Hendry. A series of strikes, following it up with a roundhouse clothesline. Some of the people that Gunther has fought over the year include, and a pinfall attempt there from Gunther. Some of the people that Gunther has fought over the year, and now an Uranagi to follow it up, include Masato Tanaka, an incredible match that we never thought we would see truly at NXT Heatwave. Successful title defense against LA Knight to start the year at NXT Gold Rush. Irish Whip returns into a chop there to Powerhouse Hobbs, sends Hobbs to the outside. Joe Hendry looking to get the advantage, but Gunther, an absolute wrestling machine, is going to be prepared for anything that Joe Hendry might be throwing his way. Now it's Hobbs who follows him to the outside and takes him down with that axe handle on the outside there. Knee strike from Joe Hendry. Series of knee strikes from Joe Hendry now, back and forth on both of these men. Hobbs and Gunther both being taken down there. Gunther also with a successful title defense back at Halloween Havoc against Damian Priest, where he fought off the Judgment Day. As mentioned, the Judgment Day, a tremendous threat throughout the year in Universe mode here. And then going on to New Year's Evil, where Gunther would successfully defend that title against the Icon Sting in what was a classic match between those two. Back suplex release from Gunther. And a clubbing blow from Powerhouse Hobbs there. Across the back of Gunther, takes him down. Rebound off of the ropes, but Gunther catches Hobbs coming in with that knee strike to the midsection. Now Hobbs answers back. Huge heel toss showing the power of Powerhouse Hobbs. And now Powerhouse Hobbs catching Joe Hendry with that clubbing blow across the back. And a boot to the face now sends Gunther across the ring with that strength. Another clubbing blow, and this time lands the boot across the face to Joe Hendry. Rebounds Gunther off of the ropes, ducks underneath the clothesline, rebound, and a huge clothesline that turns Gunther inside out. Now, I'm not sure if you can see, but Gunther has been busted open rather early in this contest, perhaps at the hands of one of those knee drops from, or those face smashes off the knee from Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry had a successful singles match last month at NXT No Mercy against Ludwig Kaiser, a man who is affiliated very closely with Gunther, and a member of Imperium along with him. Now Hendry heads to the outside where he finds Gunther, setting up a ladder bridge perhaps for more devastation out there. Back suplex from Joe Hendry, but he releases it. And Gunther finds his way dropping really, really hard there on the outside. Hobbs, however, breaking things up now between these two. with fighting back and forth. Now Hobbs with a power bomb puts Gunther through that ladder bridge that he had set up on the outside with a tremendous power bomb. Hendry, however, gaining the advantage on a distracted Hobbs by sending him into these steel steps. Now Hendry bringing Hobbs back into the ring here. Springboard, looks for that forearm smash, but it's sidestepped by Hobbs, who now lands a spine buster on Joe Hendry. Pinfall attempt now, 1, 2, and a near fall. Joe Hendry able to get the shoulder up. Series of stomps now from Powerhouse Hobbs to a grounded Hendry, and now a suplex. Stalling suplex. Stalling for quite some time is Powerhouse Hobbs now, letting all the blood flow to the head of Gunther and dropping him across that ladder after all of that. Clothesline now takes down Joe Hendry again on top of that ladder, and a heel toss to Gunther sends him into the corner. Boot takes him down. Rough landings there we were seeing on top of that ladder. And now a world's strongest slam right on the corner of the ladder. Pinfall attempt here, 2, and just barely Joe Hendry getting the shoulder up. Perhaps as a result of Powerhouse Hobbs creating too much distance between the two to formulate the lateral press. Now looking for a clothesline coming in after Gunther was countered in the corner off that big boot. Counter though, however, from Powerhouse Hobbs to Joe Hendry, as now he lands the Oklahoma Stampede, but Gunther gains the advantage with a ripcord lariat to an unsuspecting Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs now being sent back first onto the ladder. Comes running in with a stinger splash there to Joe Hendry in the corner, turns him over, and a stomp to the midsection. Follows it up by stepping over. Now hoisting him up from a seated position. Hendry though fired up, face smash across the knee yet again. Those worked very well for him early on in this matchup, and resorting to that again for a degree of success here. Rebounding off of the ropes, and now the chokeslam attempt, going to look to land a chokeslam on Powerhouse Hobbs. Impressive showing of power at the hands of Joe Hendry there to be able to hoist him up. Now Gunther though, ripcord lariat, counters out of it, able to evade. Hobbs going to the outside to meet Joe Hendry by that table that was set up, but Gunther breaking things up with a steel chair shot to the face of Hobbs. Now a series of strikes from Joe Hendry, and what will Gunther look to do? Perhaps very perilous with the table out there. Now Joe Hendry sends Gunther into the steel steps. Power slam attempt there, and puts Joe Hendry through the table. Huge running power slam, follows it up with a tremendous splash. Gunther catches Joe Hendry off guard. Huge clubbing strike to the midsection, but now Hobbs gets the advantage with a huge full Nelson smash. Huge like full Nelson bomb, I would say. Brings him in. Short arm clothesline, steps over a second short arm clothesline, and on the outside of the ring yet again, Hobbs gonna take down Gunther by pulling him into that lariat. Follows it up with a charging clothesline. Absolute locomotion taking him down. Now Joe Hendry looks to get involved on the outside and catches a German suplex for his efforts, practically into the barricade. Hendry now being sent back to the inside of the ring. The Powerhouse Hobbs going to follow him up, but not before Gunther can introduce a trash can to this matchup, as he has mentioned in the past that he thinks that Joe Hendry is a trash wrestler, perhaps looking for a sign of disrespect with that weapon. Now instead, Hobbs landing the spine buster right in the middle of the ring. Pinfall attempt here, 2 and 3. Hobbs is able to put away the Royal Rumble winner, that being Joe Hendry, is now eliminated from this matchup. Short arm clothesline again from Hobbs. Going to look to bring Gunther back up to his feet for a series of these clotheslines. Joe Hendry going to have a long walk to the back. Going to take a cold shower after this one, because he is unsuccessful here tonight and is not going to be walking away from Stand and Deliver as the NXT World Champion. That meaning it's going to be one of these two men. Will it be Gunther, the longest reigning NXT World Champion we've ever seen here in Universe Mode, or will it be Powerhouse Hobbs, a man who just recently came onto the scene but already has made such a profound impact with a victory over Danielson, and a victory here tonight would prove that he is at the top of his game, at the top of this league, and could be a future champion here in Universe Mode if everything goes his way. Power slam now from Hobbs. Hoists Gunther up and drops him down spine first across that ladder. Again using that ladder, but Gunther was playing possum. Now looking for the pinfall attempt, but a kick out by Powerhouse Hobbs before Gunther can ascertain too great an advantage. Hobbs able to kick out, preventing the victory there. Hobbs now with Gunther up on his shoulders. Torture rack turns him out. Torture rack layout with that burning hammer. Pinfall attempt now. 1, 2, and a near fall there from Hobbs to Gunther. Very narrowly prevented Gunther from being eliminated here from this match and losing his precious championship. Now you see Gunther on the aggression, perhaps realizing the jeopardy that his championship could be in here tonight, given how fired up Powerhouse Hobbs has been since his debut in the Rumble. Now here a trash can shot in the corner to the face of Hobbs. Sends him into a seated position and follows it up with a series of strikes and a pinfall attempt. Now we see the chops of Gunther, but Hobbs answering back with a clubbing blow of his own. Rebounding off of the ropes and looks for that kneeling clothesline, but Gunther able to escape out of it. Overhand chop and a series of strikes now from Gunther here. Rebounding off of the ropes, looked for the world's strongest splash. Did Powerhouse Hobbs. Countered, however, by Gunther now. These two men both going back and forth with their offensive exchanges. Now a huge lariat from Gunther, trying to take the head off of Powerhouse Hobbs with that lethal lariat. Pinfall attempt and a very near fall there. That lariat could have been terminating for someone, but not anyone, because Powerhouse Hobbs is not any ordinary competitor. Now a kendo stick gets involved at the hands of Gunther. However, Powerhouse Hobbs is electing instead to get a table involved in the match, as well as the steel steps, which we see now being introduced on the outside. But before he can do so, Gunther, realizing the sense of urgency, instead Powerhouse Hobbs with a reversal, dropping him down for that back suplex across the kendo stick. Now with the steel steps to the face of Gunther, throws those down to follow it up. Not only did he smash the steel steps into the face of Gunther, but then throwing the steps down on top of him, on top of the champion. Powerhouse Hobbs is absolutely certain that he's going to walk away tonight with that title. This is a great start if he's trying to do so, because he just nailed another burning hammer. Pinfall attempt now. 1, 2, and again Gunther gets the shoulder up just ever so barely. So now Powerhouse Hobbs looks to send Gunther across the ring into the turnbuckle, follows it up with a spear that breaks through the table. Pinfall attempt now. 1, 2, and 3. Powerhouse Hobbs has done it He has put away the 525-day reign of Gunther. Following Gunther's NXT World Championship win, we didn't think that anyone was going to be able to really step up to Gunther's level, but Powerhouse Hobbs certainly proved that wrong here. A huge kick out off of that lariat that you saw at the end there. A well-deserved championship win for a man who only recently debuted here in Universe Mode, but is already at the top of his game. Thank you for joining me for NXT Stand and Deliver. I hope you enjoyed the commentary and the finale of WWE 2k24, NXT's brand. Next coming up, we have WrestleMania and then AEW Dynasty left to go. Thanks for joining me.